PLC Network here with another unboxing, this time coming from the company Amcrest. Now Amcrest is, you might be familiar with them, they're a company behind a very large selection of wireless IP-based cameras. But they're like where they've grown from just your basic IP cameras to more of the smart home sense or side of things. But what we have today is their Amcrest Wi-Fi video doorbell camera. And this is kind of a competitor to, doorbells like the Ring doorbell. It is a 1080p camera with a 2 megapixel camera with a 140 degree view. So you got a pretty good wide view of everything that's going on at your door. Should capture a lot. And it has night vision and motion detection up to 16 feet. It is IP55 in terms of its weatherproofing, which could be better, but it isn't too bad. It works. And it is 2.4 gigahertz for your Wi-Fi network. Doesn't support 5 gigahertz, only 2.4 unfortunately, but it does support connecting and downloading everything into the cloud. So whenever it detects motion, it records that video and sends it to the cloud. As long as you have a subscription, you do get a 1-year free subscription with the purchase of the camera, which is kind of a cool thing. Some of these other companies, they give you like a month or 2 or 3, but a year is definitely a plus. But it supports uploading all of that to the cloud, where you can actually download the Amcrest Smart Home app and review all of it later, which is a lot like the Ring app and some of the other competitors that are out there. So it looks like it's pretty useful and has a lot of neat features to it, but it doesn't stop there. It also has SD storage as well, so you can throw an SD card in there and record locally if you don't want to do the cloud storage. And yeah, so video doorbell, Wi-Fi, and coming from a very familiar and recognizable company. So what we're going to do today is we're going to open up the box and see what's inside, see what it looks like, and see what it comes with. And then we'll see, see if it looks good. So we have, the first thing you come to here is just a little warranty card, or a little insert that tells you about your warranty. You have a small little insert for let's get started. 1, download the app. 2, create a smart home account and login. 3, follow the instructions and set everything up. Join the community. Some important security notice about firmware. Always make sure you have the best firmware. You have installing your chime kit. So if you're familiar with Ring doorbells or any of the other similar products on the market, you know that they come with a Ring a doorbell adapter to adapt to your mechanical chime. It does involve a few wires, and that's about it. It just goes in line, and you hide it behind the actual chime that's inside your house. You have, of course, installing your Wi-Fi doorbell. It just kind of walks you through everything. And then you have your parts and pieces. You have your wires here. This looks like it's going to be for the chime adapter, which is located right here. So it's pretty simple, and you have your little wire harness that pops out and then rides in between. You have a screwdriver here that has 2 simple ends here. You just slide it into the little handle here and tighten it up and use it however you wish, depending on which end you want to use. You have, of course, screws and anchors. You have a just a kind of a 2-4 barrel for your wires here, and some wire caps, some screws to get everything installed onto the wall with, and the actual cover onto the camera. It looks like you have 2 different options for colors. Some of the other doorbells out there, sometimes they give you like 3, even 4 different options. Looks like with the Amcrest, you just get 2. You get black and you get silver. So there's no brown, for a nice copper or anything like that, or bronze. But you do get 2 at least. You got black or silver. You have a little drill bit for your drill gun, if you have one laying around, hopefully you do, to help drill your holes for the anchors if you're using the anchors. And I believe that's it. Yep, that's it. That's all that's in the box. So going to the camera, it's pretty similar, and I'm going to keep saying it. I don't mean to highlight this. Isn't a name drop or anything like that. It's just similarities here, but it's kind of similar to the Ring, but specifically the Ring Pro. And it's not really an eyesore or anything like that, so you can actually install this, and it's not going to stand out like just terribly wrong on your wall by your door. It should look pretty good, and it's close to the same size of the Ring Pro as well. So it's maybe at most 10-15% larger, maybe, at the most. But that's about it. We have a built-in speaker here and a microphone, so you can get two-way audio going with somebody at your door if you're remote and you just got your phone up. You have, of course, your doorbell button, your camera right there, and you have your two connections on the back here. This is going to be for your incoming wires coming out of the wall. And then you'd unscrew this to be able to remove the top, get to any reset button, or change the plate out for the camera. So it's without taking it off, it kind of gives you an idea what it's going to look like with the silver compared to the black. So again, it's quite similar to a lot of the video doorbells that are out there on the market. It's pretty simple. If you have any experience with installing a doorbell or playing around with maybe modifying or fixing, repairing a doorbell, this should come pretty easy to you. And especially if you have a lot of experience, then you're just going to walk right through this like it's nothing. It's going to take a few minutes. You're going to spend most of your time probably setting up the app and registering for an account and all of that. So you have, again, two faceplates. The camera here, it's a lot like the Ring Pro. You got all your parts and pieces. Literally, the kit looks like a lot of those competing cameras out there on the market. So it looks good. It comes with everything you need. It has a decent price point as well. The question is, what does it look like? So let's go to the narration. So what you see here is what the camera looks like during the day. The image isn't bad at all. It still looks kind of like 720p stretched into 1080p, so you're not going to get the same images you will out of a high-end 1080p lens or anything like that, you know, but it is an affordable camera. Oh, looks like we have a UPS delivery here. He's about to, oh no, he's checking out the camera instead. Kind of looks familiar to me. And delivered just like a classic UPS delivery. I'm just kidding. They're not all like that. We actually have a UPS driver in this neighborhood here. His name is Nate of UPS. If you see this video, definitely give him a pat on the back because that man is awesome. A wonderful delivery person for your company. And oh, and another package there. But as you can see, the image looks pretty decent. It's not bad at all. Definitely better during the day than during the night. As you can see here, during the night, it's a little bit more fogged out, kind of the image is a little bit duller. It's harder to tell certain pieces of information like people's faces or anything like that, but you can still see what's going on. Installation is pretty easy, just like any of these other video doorbell cameras on the market. You just want to make sure that be careful on the screws because they are easy to strip, and that's about it. One thing to absolutely mention is if you choose to go with the SD card instead of their cloud services, you do have to make sure that the SD card is FAT32 formatted, and if it's above 32 gigabytes, that will require a third-party application to pull that off if the card isn't already formatted to that format, since Windows will not format anything above 32 gigabytes as FAT32. It's one thing they don't point out in the instructions, and they should. But FAT32, big asterisk right there, or you can use their cloud services, and again, you get a whole year of cloud services with this camera for free. And their prices are quite similar to the competition as well, once you renew past that. So that's it. Feel free to follow us online at POCnetwork.net. We might have some more about this later on, and if we do, we'll probably have a nice story or something there, as well as unlimited content to cover everything else that you might be interested in. So again, that's POCnetwork.net. And if you liked what you've seen here, don't forget to subscribe below. There's that button down there, as well as a comment section so we can all talk about this and discuss what we like or don't like, or maybe you have one that you'd like to talk about, and share your own experience. As always, we thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time. If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, and or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.